after the splash, he dunked his bloody hands in the reservoir, so he was without the scarlet stain. You never forget your first. 1. Serial killers look like everybody else. They wear average clothes, they eat the same kinds of food. They blend in. It's this fact that ensures they kill time and time again. Their interior worlds are secret. The darkness in their souls is hidden. Convicted for the murder of 4 women, 4 known locations, 4 special dates, 4 deaths by exsanguination. And then there was 5th. 5th was special. Still a secret of sorts, a missing person case for now, like the others in that there was an intrinsic motive, a desire to kill. No one knows more than that. Not yet. Not without a body. Johnny Lang wasn't convicted for 5th's murder, but he was seen and later caught on the day the local girl disappeared. Johnny Lang was the youngest of 2 boys. Rural life in Shropshire with his moody mother and much older brother was poor and scrappy, but his childhood was ordinary in every way. He wasn't abused. He is not a victim turned perpetrator, just the latter with 5 bloody notches. His mother had lost interest in her maternal role by the time Johnny was 7, so he pretty much did what he liked until he was arrested at 29 years of age. He was a boy next door in looks and habits who she and others didn't find all that interesting or endearing. Sometimes he lies awake at night, wondering whether if he'd had a shitty upbringing, he might get more interest from the public. A sympathy vote goes a long way these days. Everything about Johnny was ordinary, unexceptional, up until the time he killed his first victim. Then he got an ego and found a purpose, something that made him feel alive. It gave him a cockerel strut overnight. Yes, a bloody rebirth and a legacy that started on Valentine's Day and ended 25 litres of blood later on Halloween 2017. Johnny Lang's reach didn't end with his imprisonment in HMP Manchester that November in 2017. He might be twiddling his thumbs in a cell, now it's February, and 3 years later, but he is omnipresent. His notoriety grows through his art and memorabilia. Like that of other serial killers, it multiplies. But his story isn't sold on supermarket shelves or in bookstores. Better. His story is displayed in frames on hooks in middle-class houses with manicured lawns and hanging baskets. It is looked at over dinner, glanced at by the curious and nosy through windows. It is even slept under as the evening traffic outside sizzles to nothing. Johnny's violence, and each victim's grisly end, is admired by men, women, and children, is consumed, bought and sold by young and old, the same as any commodity. And so, inside the prison, he has status with the other inmates, perhaps not as great as accomplished bank robbers or cop killers, but a decent rung on the ladder nevertheless. Some serial killers take trophies from their victims. Not Johnny. He left 5th in the ground, so one day he could sell her, at the peak of his infamy, to the general public, to ordinary people, to customers with a penchant for the macabre. And the police have never been able to find her. That gives him satisfaction. Outside HMP Manchester, Stephanie pulls over and parks her car. Anxiety begins eating at her composure at the thought of seeing Johnny again and being inside the prison. The Category A prison houses the most violent and dangerous offenders, and in every way it looks and feels and smells like it. Her electronic tag is partially concealed beneath a long-sleeved black jacket, which she chose because it is slightly too long for her in the arm. As a contestant on the show, wearing the tag is obligatory. Whether members of the team behind the scenes of the show bother to monitor movement, she doesn't know. But it deters trips deemed inappropriate more than anything else. She has on tight black jeans, and beneath her H&M jacket she is wearing a red top. Dressing